And there is a package. I can't make this up. As soon as I say we can start with the actual recording, Amazon shows up at the door. Gotta love it, y'all. Okay, so hey guys, happy Friday. If you're catching this live in the group, I appreciate you guys being here. If you are catching the replay of this, don't forget that you can always ask questions for the replay or from the replay from anybody that has gone and kind of had some questions. You can go ahead and put them in the comments of where the replay is and tag the person that you're interested in asking. Now, you guys know we've been doing the fireside chats the last Friday of every month. We've had some great insight coming in for those. I already have the next couple already set up for it. So you will see a schedule of who will be coming up in the next couple months. That part. Super excited. And also, listen, we're still in the middle of Prime. Today is actually the last day as we're recording this, the last day of Prime Day sales and deals. So there are some things that we're going to kind of do some follow-ups on. We talked about live streaming. Some people were like, oh, well, is this a good time? Should I be live streaming? Is it a good idea? I will say I have live streamed for each day. Today is the only day that I won't be live streaming because I won't be home. But I will still live stream tomorrow and Sunday as well. And every live stream that I have done, I have seen conversion from it. So it's picking back up a little bit. It's definitely not where we were, which is something that was in the chat before we started. It's definitely not where we were years ago, but it has picked up. So that part. Oh, Stephanie, Ahud Lane. Stephanie has a request for you down in the chat. All right, y'all. So let's start with this whole blue check scenario. There were a few influencers that were blue check, blue lock. There were some influencers that were kind of disgruntled because they started seeing the blue lock back on their account. For you that do not know what the blue lock is, the blue lock is what Amazon has on your account when you first start the program because they want to verify that you're going to put up content that is really what they're asking for and looking for before they approve you of being in the program. So typically when you first join, you have to get 3 videos approved and then that blue lock goes away. And that's when you start to find out there are some do's and don'ts when it comes to the videos that you are creating for the platform. Well, there were some people who were saying that the blue lock was back on their account and they couldn't understand why. But from looking at the comments and the feedback, hold on, because y'all know. Now, one thing about me is if I'm going to tell y'all something, I'm gonna come with receipts. I'm gonna come with some information. But they were talking about it in one of the groups. Now, this Tyler is not in our group, but shout out to Tyler because he said, I've done some recon on those that got the blue lock back. So far, everyone has been fully deserved. Amazon is taking out the trash. As far as videos, if you check product pages in incognito mode, you'll see them. Oh, that was the other part of the thing. So what it was is he even said there were recent changes that stated associates can't earn from other associates, and that may be one way of their preventing it. So we talked about how over the last couple months, creator connections, it may glitch a little bit. When you're uploading videos, it may glitch a little bit. And people are like, oh, I wish they would get it together. What's going on? But typically, when it glitches like that, it's because they're working on something in the background. And most times it's something that we were complaining about already, but they've been tweaking things in the background to be able to adjust it. One of the things recently that they implemented was that they went through and said, okay, you can't have a duplicate video from somebody else, and you can't use the product images and videos from the brand that they have up. So, of course, you know that means that they have to go through a whole process of revamping the system in order for that to be the case. we know that we've still seen some accounts come up where they've been stealing videos. So they are still working in the background doing some of these things, right? And some of the people that got the blue lockback, some of their videos were videos that got flagged. Now, remember, we said once a month you should be checking to see if any of your videos have been flagged for anything. Because over time, as they are making these adjustments, you are getting something may have been rejected that was previously not rejected. And some people were like, oh, I'll just leave it. That's no problem. Well, if you had enough videos that were sitting here that had been rejected, then it looks like what? It looks like you're a spam account, or like you're an account that's not really worth the time of being on the platform. So if you have a whole bunch of videos that were rejected and you never went back and did anything about them, why would they keep you on the platform? Andrew said, oh no, I check mine nearly daily. Listen, and again, we have people that are doing this full time and we have people that are doing this part time. So depending on if you're doing it full time or part time, your systems and your process may be a little different. So you may not check it, regularly like Andrew does, but you should at least be checking it once a month. Again, Amazon is putting things in place to make it harder for people to do the scammy stuff, but that means that if you have anything that even looks remotely close, sometimes that may get pulled in with the net, right? If they're doing a net and pulling everything, some of your stuff may get pulled in there and you may want to check those out. Another thing that was really interesting when it came to these blue locks coming back, um, we often talk about the videos that we're doing, and people are like, well, so and so did a video and they said that they didn't get, they didn't get in trouble for it, so I'm going to do it in my video. Mm-mm. You can't do that, because here's the thing. Just because someone else was okay with it being done in their video and they didn't get caught at that time does not mean that you can do it in yours. Because then, when they pull that net through and drag it through everything, your stuff gets caught up, and then you look like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing simply because you were following them. So when it comes to what Amazon said for, come on, when it comes to Amazon, what Amazon said for disqualified purchases fall into a few categories. Number one, purchases where a cancellation, a return, or a refund has been initiated. We already knew that. That's a given. Of course, if it wasn't sold or it was returned, we know we don't get anything from that, right? Yeah, exactly. Roxanne just said it in the comments. That there are so many people doing things against the rules, and many of those people are making the money. I hope they stop it all. Exactly. But they have to remember, we're still working on a system, a platform that was not created for content creators. It was not created for us to be live streaming on the platform. It was not created for us to be posting videos for us in order to convert it to sales. Initially it was just for sales, and they would do reviews from the actual customers, but they brought us into a system that had already been working and working and working, and they're trying to find ways to critique it and tweak it so that way they can do what's best for everybody across the board. But first things first, it's always going to be about making money. That's what the platform is built off of. It's about them making money. The opportunity that they gave us is about us making money, right? That part. um, Steven said part of the problem is the rules are confusing as heck. Listen, very true on certain things. Andrew said it was barely created for Amazon because it's been built by so many different people. Very true, exactly. And so it's a Lego castle with two different people with two different designs. So depending on, and you got to think about it, because you have the affiliate side and then you have the influencer side. It's literally a castle being built by two different people on two different sides. And what goes for affiliate side sometimes does not go for the influencer side, and vice versa. And that's even more frustrating is support gives different answers. Exactly. They don't always know exactly all of the things that are going on at that time. And so you don't know what you're going to get when you talk to them. So again, we know cancellations, returns, refunds. That's number one. Number two, products purchased as part of a bounty event. Y'all, that's not something we really ever talked about, because there's certain events, like there's certain bounty things that they tell us to market, but depending on what's going on, if it's part of a bounty event, then it's a disqualified purchase for us. We don't get the sale for it. And wait, because there's more. Products purchased as a subscription unless otherwise specified. Now, y'all, we done went back and forth and back and forth, back, forth, and forth. We done went back and forth. We're trying to figure this out. Is it like, if we do a subscription, do we get commission on the continued subscription? Do we get commission on the first one? Now, this says products purchased as a subscription. Amazon has told us that we get the commission on the first purchase, but not the continuous purchasing. So the other ones after that on the subscription, we don't get credit for those, but we get credit for the first. But this is their actual wording: is products purchased as a subscription unless otherwise specified. Again, this is why we say that there's things that, some people will tell you one thing because what they feel as though it should be, or what they heard it should be. No, we always have to go back. We have to C.Y.A. Does everybody? It's so funny because I feel like I'm like, do you have your exit buddy? Does everyone know what C.Y.A. means? Put it in the chat. Do you know what C.Y.A. is? As an entrepreneur, that's it. Andrew put it in there. C.Y.A. When it comes to the content that you're doing, when it comes to the contracts that you're doing, and Stephanie said, I did not know. C.Y.A. Because what somebody tells you, what you see somebody does, like somebody else do, it means absolutely nothing. What they have in writing, you can stand on what is in writing.
C.Y.A. cover your assets.
There you go, Lane. Cover your assets. Because listen, you will find yourself in a whirlwind of just pure shenanigans if you are not covering yourself and you're just listening and jumping from person to person to person, because that's what people do. They go to this community and get information. They go to that community and get information, right? And so, yes, always be looking out for yourself. And so, yep, I'm not willing to break the rules to make the money and lose my account down the road. Exactly. And the same thing happens with our interactions with some of the brands, because you'll have brands or you'll have vendors who will be like, oh, you could just do this. Oh, well, no, because you could just do this because I did it with another influencer. Okay, well, just because you did it with them, that doesn't mean you're going to do it with me. C.Y.A. Yeah. That's what you should have a certification in C.Y.A. As an influencer, or no matter what platform it is, have a certification in C.Y.A. So again, they did tell us that we get payment off of the first purchase, but not off of the continuous subscription. So understand that. Then we have pre-release or pre-order products that are not available on the product listing page. So we have to be careful, because we want to make sure that if we're working with a brand, that if they're giving us a product and they're saying, oh my goodness, well, yeah, because the product's not out yet, make sure, do your research. Make sure that there is not a pre-sale for that product going on. Now, again, these are things that we have not talked about before. These are things that if we did talk about it, it was like a brief discussion. It wasn't anything that we, stood on. But that's one of the things you should be looking at when you are looking at the product page for that particular brand. Because if it's, like I said, they said it right there. If it is a pre-release or a pre-order product that's not available on a product listing page, then there's the potential for you not getting paid for commissions on that particular product. So if you're, imagine making a video for something and you're not getting paid for it, but you've made this video, you've created all this content, you've posted it off on different social media platforms, and then because they had a pre-sale for it, is something. Now, mind you, we don't typically see a lot of pre-sales and pre-orders on the products on Amazon, but I have seen some. The majority of the pre-sales and pre-orders that I see are typically on books, but I have seen maybe one or two on a few product pages before as well, especially when you have um like a product that is a popular product or a popular brand. Exactly, that's the other one, electronics. So if it's a popular product or a popular brand and you're like doing a new version of it, you may see a pre-sale or pre-order system set up for that particular one. But yeah, books and electronics, exactly. So pay attention to that, because that may mean somebody may be coming to you and you're like, if you didn't check and it is on there, then you may not see that conversion, or you'll see views and on your video but not see conversion. Because people always talk about, well, why do I have so many views but it's not converting? There's many different reasons why it may not be converting. And the same thing goes for what we're going through right now with Prime Day, is that there's many different reasons why people are looking at your videos. Your video's great, you're getting great engagement, but they're not buying. Well, there's a couple reasons why. All right. And the last one is the one that stood out because this one is the one that was up for discussion, because you could read it one of two ways. Number 5 says orders made by family, friends, or associates. So it says family, friends, or associates. Now, for us, we would think, oh, family, friends, or associates, that could be anybody. That could be somebody on my social media. That could be anything, right? When it comes to associates. But when they said it in the post, they were like, associates may be other influencers. And I was like, well, wait a minute. No, wait a daggone minute. Because I've purchased stuff from other influencers. Right? Exactly. See, and there's no clear definition. There's no clear definition of it. It just says associates. So are they going to give us the hand slap for that? Exactly. Exactly, David. That's why I was like, so many people are like, oh, I can't understand why I'm not getting conversion and this and that. We don't know what the system is rendering as a friend, a family, or an associate. Because how do you know somebody's my family? Just because we have the same last name? How do you know that we're friends? Just because we follow each other on social media? And I don't know about how you were raised, but associates for us is the people outside of the friends group that you interact with. So you got family, friends, associates. So hold on. I see y'all. Yep. Anyone who knows your communications, knows you or communicates with you. Exactly. You have to remember they have your disclosure links, and they can view your socials. Exactly. But just because somebody, and here's the thing, just because somebody has your last name doesn't mean they're necessarily related to you. Like there's so many things that can pull one way or the other when it comes to that. So it's a bad thing. I have been seeking out other influencers' links before making my purchases. Here's the thing. We don't have a clear understanding of that. But again, nobody in our that I know of, no one in our community got the blue lock back on their account. This was in other communities where I've seen people have that blue lock put back on their account. So, but what did I say? You should have a certification in C.Y.A. And so you should know that this is what Amazon says. We don't have a clear understanding of what it means. But I know of influencers, and I myself have bought through other influencers links, like their video. I'll watch their video, and it's not an influencer that I necessarily know all the time. Listen, uh, it's crazy. It's the only platform that doesn't allow those to be paid out. Very true. You can do that, Stephanie, but it's 50-50 on whether they'll earn the commission. And here's the thing, when they may earn the commission, um, but they may earn the commission, they may, as an offsite sometimes. But I mean, sometimes it may not come through as it, again, it depends on what the actual system flags. Because remember, this is not a person that's standing there going, no, you're that person's cousin. You can't have that. You're that person's stepdaddy. You can't have that. You're their daughter. You can't do that. There's not a, there's not a, it's not a person standing there just swiping left or right on our commission opportunities. Um, I think that they will never really tell us how they work, what they do or not, or not, to so they can change it or interpret their own way. And they have changed it multiple times. If depending on how long you've been in the program, they've changed it multiple times. Now we're going to talk about the flip side of it because I'm going to give you guys some insight too. Um, but yeah, they're forever changing it. They're forever updating it. And remember, when we first came in, it was like it was a free for all. People would literally go do a live stream and just show you a picture of a product. That part. See you, Carrie. I don't think clicking on someone else's link is going to hurt you. It might pay out for them, but you may not even know it's an affiliate link. Very true. And depending on if you're going through something like Bendable, you're going through something like um, which is interesting too, because we're told to put our link in our bio. Well, if it's on our bio and people that are following us continuously go to the link, does it at some point start looking like they're a friend? Like, these are some questions that we've had over the years in the program that we've kind of never really gotten a clear answer on. Still waiting to see how things go in October for the class action suit. That part. Yeah, there's been a lot. There's been a lot going on behind the scenes, but we talked about how there are a lot of collaborations going on right now. So you have the collaboration between Pinterest and Amazon. You have the collaboration between TikTok and Amazon, where now you can purchase straight from Amazon on TikTok, where you could purchase straight from Amazon on Pinterest. So there's so many different things and opportunities. We don't know how it'll affect us. That part, yeah, and Meta as well, where you can purchase directly from there. You can have the actual link in there, and they can purchase right there. um but it always C.Y.A. So when we talk about C.Y.A, you should know, you may not know all of the rules and regulations, but have some clear cut people that you can go to and ask questions, right? That's one of the reasons why our Friday calls are so valuable, is because we have a space where we can ask questions and have clear and honest discussions. The second thing is make sure that you're doing the proper steps. It's easy to kind of cut corners or want to do this, want to do that. But the reality is that at some point it catches up to you. And the same way that we see accounts that are stealing videos, and then we all go in and report it, and it's no longer there. It This is a regular thing. It's a regular thing. You're always going to have people that try to skirt the system, and they're trying to do the least and get the most. That part. So here's my take on something that has been working a whole lot better and helping a whole lot more people. So I've been using the Oink extension, y'all. So he just added a part to the extension that allows you now to get your daily sales, right? And then you can go and check creator connections to see if a campaign is there. That's one thing. It's a game changer. Because again, we're not doing we're not fiddling and fangling and doing all the extra foolery. We don't have to anymore. Because we've been going through, some people have been like, oh, I haven't uh, been hearing back from brands, or brands aren't sending out sending out samples. Well, imagine if you already have a sale from a brand, you see the campaign and you reach out and say, hey, I saw that, someone purchased one of your items after watching my video on dot dot dot. Now you may not know the exact video. Okay. But after watching one of my videos, someone made a purchase of one of your products. I would love to do a video of your product. Right? We talk about, y'all know, I'm always telling you, know your numbers. That's one of the ways that you come in and now you're at the forefront because they said, oh, well, your content's already creating, and it's already converting for our product. Heck yeah, I want to send you some. And I already tried it out. It does work because I already had a campaign, something sold from one of my other videos, and I went and did the search, and surely there was a campaign, and I accepted it right away. So that's one reason why the extension is working really well. The second reason is it goes through, there's a search it does for your storefront, and it tells you now if a product is untagged. It tells you now if the video or your content is over tagged, and it tells you if a product is currently unavailable. Here's why that's so important. For the people that have been saying they have not been making much money, if they go and they do that search, a lot of them have a ton of stuff that is untagged. Look at Lane shaking his head. They have a lot of stuff that is untagged. They have a lot of stuff that is over tagged. And if it's over tagged, it's not getting. And here's the thing, because some of you may be saying, well, I did 5 things in the video, so that's why I tagged 5 products. But some of those products may no longer be available. So that means that particular video is not a viable video anymore.
Yeah, so I figured this out the hard way whenever I found a product. I can't remember what the product was, but I saw like multiple listings for the exact same product from other sellers. So I was like, oh, let me just tag them all and then I'll be able to be on all those listings. It doesn't work that way. And so whenever that tool came out, man, it was a painstaking process to have to go through and fix all of those videos, but it was definitely worth it to be able to have those re-indexed into there. And I don't know if y'all the he released a new tool yesterday that helps with the getting some extra sales from creator connections, the yesterday today thing. Oh man, that thing is amazing. I pick up so many additional commissions just from that. That guy comes up with some of the greatest tools that
Yep.
we don't even think about. I'll put a link to the thing in the chat if I can find the link.
Y'all, it's so when we talk about, oh, the sales are different, but yes, they're always going to change. But your content right now is not making you money. Like sometimes it's not the platform, sometimes it's your content. If you have 60 videos, and maybe even if 30 of those videos were videos that convert, and they're currently not tagged, or the product says unavailable, and you haven't gone through to see if the brand actually re-uploaded a new video, a new product, just a different ASIN, same product, just a different ASIN. I've even had the situation happen where a video of mine has gotten flagged from Amazon because it said, you know, that the product wasn't related to what was tagged. The brand had uploaded something new to that ASIN. And so now my video, which was attached to that ASIN, was no longer valid. Again, this is a system going through these videos. It's not a person going through each video. And so what I was talking about in the video did not match what was tagged in the video. And so my video got flagged. Listen, said our community stays up on this big time, especially Altavis, Eileen, and I were always looking at this stuff. Yeah, we're always doing research and finding out what's going on. Like, okay, because like I said, we're a community where we have real conversations. So if we're trying something and it's not working, you're going to find out. If we're trying something and it's working, you're going to find out. That's one of the reasons why we started doing the fireside chats, because y'all wanted detailed information. We're like, okay, we're going to bring in some people that can give you a little more detail. You just don't have enough content yet. That's a possibility as well. But even still, here's the other thing. And this was me. So I've been in the program for years, and I can give myself the slap on the hand, because in the beginning I was just doing videos for a bunch of stuff. People wanted to send me something, send it. I do a video. And a lot of those were low cost products. I can have a day where I sell 25 items and make maybe 30, 40 bucks. And I can have a day where I sell 25 items and I make over 100 bucks. It's because I still have those low conversion and low cost product videos that are up, and they convert really well. I have some videos that have been converting for years, saying I've never done an updated video. I've never tweaked it. I've never done it. It converts every year, all throughout the year, but it doesn't make me a lot of money. So we always have to go back and forth with the percentages when it comes to the conversion percentage that you're going to make on that particular product. If the product is oversaturated, I've had a ton of products that I've done videos for and completely oversaturated, you guys, completely.
I'd like to say I kind of made this metaphor the other day to somebody else whenever I was talking to them about, you know, all the different tools that we have access to and whatnot, and if they should buy them, pay for the pro and all that type of stuff. And the way I look at it is if you're a carpenter, one of the tools that you need is a hammer because it costs like what, 10, 20 bucks, but you can go and sell them, you know, a $50 piece of furniture, whatever it is, and that pays for that hammer. And that's what I've done with Rob's extension. Like, he puts so many features in there that make me more money than what I'm actually paying in the extension for. And so it's literally a no-brainer to be able to have these tools at your disposal as long as you use them. That's the key point, is that you have to actually go and set the things up and make sure that you run them. If it's something that's got to be run, you got to go in and do the work, you know, change those titles, make sure to take off some of those tags on those, you know, videos that are over tagged. You know, is there products? He had another feature where it'll go through all of your videos and it will let you know this product is getting sales and has an open carousel, but your video is not getting any views. What can you do to be able to either get that video going again, or can you create more content based around that product because you are missing out on something there? And so, I mean, just those few tools right there alone, I literally make an additional more than $1,000 a month just because of the breadth of content that I have. Being able to use his tools, and his tools make everything so much faster. So
Exactly.
highly recommend it if y'all haven't dove into what he's building.
And so I know that again, when it comes to the content that we're putting out, some of us, and they talked about it in the earlier session. Some of us work really hard on, creating videos and getting it out. Some people don't work as hard, but you're still putting in a lot of time and effort and to get these videos done and get them out. And so some of you are like, oh, I don't feel like going back and doing all that extra work. It is so beneficial, even with just one scan and you going through and looking at those videos and updating the videos, update the titles. We've heard from Stas many, 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 many times about you having keywords in your descriptions for your idea list, you having keywords in your titles for your idea list, having keywords in your title for the actual product. And here's the thing, and because I've just started using Chat GPT. Don't judge. I was against it for quite a while, but I asked the question. And the question was, should I put the name of the brand in the title? And the response was, if it's a known brand, a well-known and popular brand, yes. If not, it doesn't need to be in the title because it's not benefiting. Now, Chat GPT didn't say it like that. Yes, I call her Chat GPT. She didn't say it like that, but that's basically what it was. Is if you're doing a title, it should have keywords. It should have something that the system is going to pick up to push it out to begin with. And then what's in the video is going to keep people invested in the video. But you have to get it pushed out first, you guys. Same thing with your live stream. You have to get it pushed out first, which was interesting because when they were talking about the thumbnails, because there were so many people that were like, all the thumbnails look the same. It's not really like bringing anybody to the video. And the thumbnail is, if they're scrolling through your storefront, now I get a lot of views on my storefront. If they're scrolling through the storefront, they may or may not be interested in what the thumbnail is. That may not matter to them. So, but what's the title say? If they can see the title, and then when they click on it, what is going on in the actual video? That matters so much more, y'all. Most of my videos are things I requested on Creator Connections now. Before that, I started with a couple things I had to get in. Listen, so I tell people, I have a community. Y'all, I know I'm an introvert. I'm an ambivert more so, but I'm an introvert, but I have a community of people that I love that love me, to the point where they'll get something and say, hey, I just ordered something from Amazon. You need a video. And it's not going to be like the video that I'm going to make for it, where I'm doing all this stuff. They don't do all of those things, but they will go, hey, I'm getting this in. Or I'll get something and be like, hey, do you need a tire inflator? Like a friend of mine, her daughter just started driving. Hey, I can get a tire inflator. I'll do the video and then showed her how to use it and handed it to her. And I typically do at least 2 videos for a product before I hand it off. Sometimes I may do more, but most times I at least do 2 videos for a product, because I do one horizontal and one vertical. And then I do a photo as well, try to. So I'm always creating. I'm creating content regularly. And that's funny too, because Logie just put a question in their stories on Instagram, and it was, what's one of the things that you wish you knew before you started creating content? And my sister was sitting next to me and she said that everything is content. And it's the truth. Everything is content. You're using it already. It's probably available on Amazon. It's content. And if you just, all you're doing is recording yourself using it. That's it. So you can just get into the habit of, making some recordings of things that you're already using. And then in your downtime, go back, batch, edit, and upload. I'm starting to love Chat GPT. Her and I, we have a love-hate relationship, because I don't understand how my picture always turns into some other person whenever I put it in for something. And I'm like, now chat Patina, that's not, who is that woman? Who is that person? That's not me. Fix that. But yeah, if you're not doing keywords, you should be doing keywords in your titles for your live streams as well. That makes a difference too. Okay. Does anyone have any thoughts on how related a related video needs to be? What do you mean? Oh, okay. Andrew gave a great response. Same category, a similar type of product. So here's the thing. If you've ever gone on Amazon and a product is unavailable at the top, they give you should try these other ones that's related. And even when you look at your videos, sometimes they'll not only what is what you tagged at the bottom, but also like their suggestions are at the bottom too. So that's a good, if you're trying to figure out like what Amazon feels is related, that's a good way to kind of do some research on that. It's so hard to keep up with it all to see what does well and what doesn't. Yeah, that's very true. That's why and here's the thing, you should have fun doing it. So I did a video yesterday before my so I had given my niece candy and she was bouncing off the walls. And so I was like, let's paint. Because I have a water paint kit that came in. So we just did that. And I've just recorded while we were using the kit. Again, it's not like I didn't have to set up a special space for it. We were right on the carpet. It didn't work out. We're gonna have to re-record, but I at least got the first video of the paint kit done. We'll definitely have to do another one once we learn how to use water paints properly. But have fun doing it. I was on my way to, I think, a graduation party, and I have some phone mounts that I've done videos for. Just did a quick updated video of them while I was in the car. Preferably if you're driving. Side chat, because I'm multitasking, I just got my Team Logie Venable list optimized. Yes. And for those of you that don't know, in the group there is a post. Stephanie and Andrew were doing posts on Venable, and they were tagging us as influencers. They were tagging us in the post to get our accounts out there for anybody, especially anybody who's just getting onto the Venable bandwagon. So many opportunities through Venable and some of the other platforms as well. But again, know your time and what you can do and what you can't do. Now, Heather said, but in YouTube, you can actually use the main brand in the title. Right. On YouTube, you definitely can. And you can actually tag the brand in the title. But on Amazon, it's not always beneficial because Amazon has so many different brands. People aren't necessarily looking, they're not. Okay. So I'm a city girl. So in my head, it came up. They're not a brand hoe. They're not brand loyal. They're more so looking for what the product can actually do, not necessarily always the brand. There are some people that are brand loyal. So you have like the Eufy and some of the other Oil of Olay, some of the other like major brands for makeup and things like that. They're brand loyal to those. But most of the people on Amazon, which is why the platform works so well, is they're just looking for the product, not necessarily the brand name. Can't see the titles anymore on storefronts. I forgot that you can't. That was one of the things that I was like, I wish they would have kept it, but it still come, even though they can't see it, it still comes up in the system. So the system knows where to push it out by the title that you have because of the keywords. It's the same way that like on TikTok, they've started telling people, of course, you have whatever words you have on your TikTok on your screen, but also they tell you to do a separate set of words that are keywords and then pull it off the screen and it will push your video out. I'm gonna give you all types of stuff. It'll push your video out to more people because it's catching those keywords on the video, even the ones that are not directly on the screen. You do have a community. Here we are. Trust me, you have some powerhouses. Just like Lane came in, you see David Peters and Andrew and Stephanie and everybody in the chat. When I tell you, you can ask a question in the group and people will come in and answer the question without a problem. They do. When we do the Friday calls, they'll come in and answer questions, no problem. They do. They do. I mean, we're not stalking each other. I mean, I kind of stalk Lane a little bit. Little bit, you know, just a smidge. Not a lot.
I see you.
Like I kind of stalk Andrew a little bit, just a little bit, not a whole lot, but no, it's all legal stalking. It's legal stalking. That's what it is. But you definitely have a community. If you're here, you have a community.
I call it studying, not stalking.
Oh, okay. So Lane said it's studying. So I study. Because then you also get to see what people are doing. Because it's one thing to come and tell people, oh, you should do this and this step and this step, and you shouldn't do this. And then you go to their page and they're doing the complete opposite. You're like, really? For real?
Yep, that part.
I wish Amazon wouldn't have changed the titles and stuff on storefront. Was easier to find things with the titles of videos. True. I bought some water toys for a weekend with with grandma. I forgot to record one. I know that's right. And to ask the neighbor, can I borrow your pool? Listen. Mm-hmm. And it works. I have neighbors that I've handed stuff off to them because I'm like, I've gotten it, done videos for it. And we have a matter of fact, the funny at our home is there is a giveaway box because I do content creation and one of my sisters that lives here too, she does content creation. And so if we've done content with stuff and we don't want it anymore, it goes in the giveaway box. Anybody who comes to the home, they go and check the giveaway box. They go check the giveaway box to see if it's something that they need or something that they want. Yep, the Amazon auto tag recommendations on the bottom of videos is a great way to do another content gap check. Yep, like Oink does for us. Exactly. Andrew said you could be me and not see the tip of the brush, so you have to do things big. That part. I have 20 influencers on my list currently. Yes. Yes, if you go watch one of your videos, Michelle, at the bottom, it'll have the products that you tagged, but sometimes Amazon has extra products down there. Yeah. She said I have some homework. And here's the thing, because we got nervous because brands were like, well, you tagged the wrong product. No, I didn't tag that. That was Amazon. I tagged the product. Amazon did the rest. Oh, Andrew. So Andrew said, if you want to be on the list, post in the group and tag Stephanie or Andrew so that way you can be on that list. That's the one on Bendable. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or you can put your link in here and they can grab it. Well, yeah, they can grab it while they're in here. Yep, just needs to attend more. Sure. And don't forget also, if you come, like if you can't come one Friday, the replays are always in the group. Like shout out, can we take a moment and say shout out to the Logie team? Shout out to the Logie team. Shout out to the Logie team. Because the Logie team makes sure that an email goes out so you have a reminder in your email about the Friday calls. The Logie team puts the replays in the group the following week. So like Monday or Tuesday, typically the replay is in the group. and they typically the whole replay is there. And again, if you have a question from somebody that was talking in that particular session, you can tag them right in the comments, and they will come and see the tag and respond right there. Um, Also, if there's questions that we might not be able to answer, sometimes the team can answer questions. Especially if it's something dealing directly with Logie. Shout out to Logie. I did a Logie I did a Logie live stream last night, and people were like, oh, you were able to get these products by being a part of Logie?" So, yep. So it was funny doing it on Amazon, because I was like, you know, you don't want to take anybody away from the platform. But uh, it was definitely some really great conversations that were being had. Yeah, always, Andrew, always shenanigans. And that's one of the reasons why I say everything is content, always. Like, we were doing the video. At one point, she pulled out her karaoke microphone. I could have did a video for her. Well, I have the video with her using the karaoke microphone in the car. Everything's content. Just do it. Do it as you're using the products. It makes it so much more fun. Come every week, drop everything. My kids keep talking to me. I just roll with it. Yeah. And there's always some great insight too. We love that. Like, people who are just coming in may find something out and be ecstatic and share it with us. And then those that have been in the program for years come in and share so much insight, y'all. So much. Very good. Yep. 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 And there's Venable. There's Andrew's Venable as well. Awesome. Michelle, Lane. So apparently Michelle tagged you because she spent all day Saturday doing automation and you didn't respond.
Did I miss something? What? Didn't respond.
She said she tagged you in the group.
Oh.
Yeah, because she said she spent all day doing automations. Now, mind y'all, the fireside chat with Lane is coming up. I have a fireside chat coming up with Rome Knows Tech. Y'all, because y'all been asking about tech for live streaming and content creation, and Rome knows tech 100%. So we're super excited about that. We also have the part 2 for Benable that'll be coming up. I'm getting everything in line so that way you'll know the next couple fireside chats who will be coming in and what we'll be discussing. Because that was one of the requests made by Cheryl in the group as part of the community. Y'all, it's already 3:00. Did anybody have any other questions? Did anybody just
Michelle, I never got that notification, and Facebook has been so wonky with notifications these days. So feel free to tag me again.
That part. So super excited. Again, Rome and Lane are the next couple, and then we still have the Benable part 2 that I'll be setting up for you guys as well. Yeah, Facebook has been doing another one that has been doing these updates behind the scenes, and it got everything wishy-washy. Doing the absolute most. Absolute most. But I'm looking forward to those discussions because for automation, I think a lot of times we get overwhelmed with trying to set it up. Like, we get so overwhelmed. We're like, oh, there's a learning curve. We don't like tech. We don't like this. We don't like this. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this pans out for you guys. Yeah, forcing me to change to a professional profile by the 15th. Really? Huh. I know with them deleting all of the live streams, they no longer stay on there. You have to say that you want it to stay on there permanently, or no, it leaves after 30 days. Is that what it is now? And all of your past live streams you had up until a certain point to download it, and then it's gone. They tired of giving all this they trying to get tired of giving all this free space for y'all to save y'all stuff. Because imagine, do you know how much like data that takes up? Because people were doing full day live streams. They were doing a couple hours. I know we would do a book launch and be on there for like 3 hours, or do a conference, a virtual conference, and be live streaming for a couple hours. Yeah, so Andrew, the deadline was the 30th, but then they extended it to like the 8th or something. You said they need more servers for their AI. That would listen. That makes sense. So if you missed it, if you're catching this, at the end, we did talk about the disqualified purchases and how that can affect you. We also talked about that blue. I keep wanting to say blue check, that blue lock that started coming back onto some people's platforms after they've been doing some no things. Also, again, any questions that you feel as though you want to ask that you weren't able to ask today, go ahead in the group, ask the question. Somebody typically sees it and will tag somebody that may have the answer for you. So we may not all have the answer, but I promise you there's at least a couple people in the community that can answer the questions. Awesome. As always, thank you to the team in the background for doing our recording. We appreciate you being in here, our MVPs. And Ahud, we appreciate you as well and all that you have been doing. If y'all have not been checking out the Logi social media platforms, guys, they've been stepping it up to a whole nother level. I've been like, okay, Logi. Okay, Logi. So they've been doing clips from our sessions on Fridays. They've also been asking questions of the community. So just like I told you, one of the questions is, what's something you wish you knew before you started creating content? That is in their story, so you may still be able to catch that. I don't think it has gone away just yet. But they're also giving you some great insight. They're also, giving you like snippets from the blog posts that they have that go on to the Logi site. And so much is going on over there. Is definitely something that can help, but also is content that you can share out too as a content creator. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. So you guys have a great rest of your day. And y'all, if you're live streaming, let us know. There's a post. There is a post in the group. Let us know. Go ahead and tag it in the comments, or let us know in there that you've gone live and you want somebody to come check it out for you, or you're about to go live and you want somebody to be in there to support you. You can definitely do that. Andrew said, would you find it helpful if we had live streams in group? So that was the other thing, because we talked about that with someone last week. Like, if you've never live streamed before and you wanted to practice in the group, we talked about that. But also, we talked about having like a buddy system, because there's people in the community that have said, if you've never live streamed before, are you nervous about it, or you just trying to get back into it, that they would come and they would support your live, so that way you weren't doing it by yourself. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, great. So I appreciate y'all. Have a great weekend, and until next week, y'all have a great rest of your Prime as well. Don't forget, just because today's the last day of Prime, there's still Prime Day sales and deals going on through next week. So keep going. Y'all have a good one. Bye.